Now, in Agile, everything is bottom up. In Waterfall, it's top down. In Waterfall, we can have templates imposed on us, methodologies imposed on us, reporting imposed on us, all kinds of heavy documentation kinds of things imposed on us from the PMO or from senior management or whatever. And then those of us that are working on the Waterfall team, we have to comply with that. And I'm not saying that's bad. There are projects where that's the best way to run the project. But that's not how it's done in Agile. The team itself decides how they're going to actually deliver the product of the project. And the team is going to be empowered to do that. And then the team becomes responsible on how they're going to actually own that and fix problems and improve going forward with just enough ceremony. Now, ceremony, okay, let me show you here. If we go to our pairwise connections, ceremony shows up. So when you see the term ceremony, think meeting or event. So those of us that have some experience in Agile, you know that there's such a thing as a daily stand-up. That's a meeting. So in Agile, that's also referred to as a ceremony. So meetings or events, in Agile, we do just enough. We're going to eliminate waste. We're going to do the least amount of work and meetings to deliver high-quality software. Now, we will find when we get into estimating that Agile, even though it's done iteratively and in small increments, is actually going to be more cost-effective and also faster. When we get into some of the techniques and approaches to doing that estimating, if you're like me, the first time you're exposed to it, you're like, I don't believe that this could actually be more accurate than the waterfall approach. But it ends up being the case. In waterfall, there's change. You have your change control boards, and you have change requests, and you have processes you go through to manage change. It's more difficult, and it's less nimble. It's less agile. So Agile is about embracing change. Okay, so how's that for an overview? So those of us that are new to Agile, pretty cool stuff, right? And those of us that have been at it, that was probably more of just a review, but it might be a good reminder, especially when it comes to thinking about actually having to pass a test. Okay, when it comes to best practices in the Agile world, we've got 8 things here I just want to touch on briefly. Every one of these things, by the way, team, we will be drilling down on and spending significant time exploring. Let's see, Navneet is chatting here. We also need control, as it easily becomes fragile from an Agile point of view. Yes, that's right. And we're going to cover all of that. So that is a good comment. And when it comes to control, we're going to talk about information radiators, feedback opportunities, etc., which is in Agile how we control projects. So those of us that are, the PMP, we have that background. The way we do change and control, monitor and controlling, is quite a bit different in Agile. Very effective, but different. Okay, so let's go over these 8 things here. First of all, face-to-face communication. In Agile, face-to-face communication is favored, meaning that Agile favors a team being co-located. We will talk about using Agile tools which allow us to accomplish face-to-face communication virtually. But remember that Agile favors face-to-face and, if possible, co-location. Shorter development cycle. So rather than working on the project and delivering the whole thing at the end of the project, in Agile we deliver in short cycles, and at the end of each cycle, we should actually be delivering working software that the customer could use and could deploy if the customer wanted to. Business and developer collaboration. Okay, we talked about the collaboration that goes on throughout the project rather than just at the beginning. Now, when you see the term business right here, I want to just chat about this. That can mean two things. It can mean like senior management, meaning the business interests of our organization that want to make money because we're doing a project, right? We have a customer, the customer's buying something from us, our business folks want us to actually make money for the company.
I mean, let's put that on the side. This is a little bit beyond administrator developer or administrator app builder. So I mean, you guys can get on there and learn, but let's try to do something that might actually be on one of the tests, like maybe this building an app with a lightning design system. What did it say? Advanced developer?
Yeah.
Scroll down for me. Is there more?
Let's see what else you got. Oh, more to it?
There's a build a suggestion box app with no code.
Yeah. They have here beginner, developer, and admin.
That'd probably be a good one.
Okay.
Ooh, reports and everything. Cool.
All right. So you're learning how to build an application on a cloud from start to finish without writing any code. If you're new to App Cloud, the goal is to introduce you to the basics of app building. At this point and click fields apply whether you're not planning to write code on the platform. If you're familiar with the App Cloud admin features, managing users and security, customizing standards, objects, and so on, the goal is to apply these skills to developing new applications. I think that's a good one.
I think so too. I think we chose the wrong one yesterday.
Yeah. It was fun at the beginning though.
Yeah, I mean, being able to build the junction object, you know, figuring out how to build a junction object, what does it actually look like.
Yeah.
I think that was all good exercise.
Yeah, and it's interesting when you're actually practicing because you find where the junction object, or the right junction object and where it should go. It's very important. It's not just like just dragging things around.
No, you got to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And that's where those one-to-many relationships come in. You know, there's one session can have many, and then what was the other one? I forget. But, you know, it's that one-to-many relationship that if you know, that'll help.
Yeah. It was working well. Let's see. You guys are going to see on LinkedIn if I manage to complete that one. Okay, let's go here. You build a suggestion management app that allows employees to submit suggestions to track their studies using these steps. Create the app definition and data model for the application. Simply application requires only one custom object. Modifying user interface on the browser and on Salesforce One mobile. Using page layouts, compact layouts, and global actions. Automate calculations, data quality, and database updates to improve the user experience using formulas, validation rules, and process builders. Define reports, charts, and dashboards to track the status of suggestions and analyze how well the company manages suggestions. Instead of creating a suggestion custom object, you could use cases, a Salesforce Service Cloud standard object. But in this example, you want to explore building a custom app without using the Service Cloud. Okay, what are we going to do? Create a Force.com app that includes standard collaboration and analytics. Features familiarize yourself with the app user interface in the browser and in the Salesforce One mobile app. All right, so developer edition. From Force.com homepage, click on green Add App button.
The Quick Start wizard.
Oh yeah, the little one, yeah.
You go to the.
So let's go for stuff. It's this one.
Yeah. What are the benefits of the Quick Start app?
I believe it's because of wizard, right? It gives you step by step on.
Well, it does a lot of cool stuff. So you can create the app, and then there's also an object that's getting created.
Mm-hmm.
And then after, it adds a bunch of other stuff, reporting and attachments that you don't have to mess with. So it creates a tab, it creates an app, and it creates an object.
Yeah, I think the first, when you go to admin, the first thing you do in admin beginner in Trailhead is create an app.
Yep.
It's the car garage thing.
Garage and vehicle, yeah.
Yeah.